Hello, fellow collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Alvin Breaker Kibby with Ram Cycle from the G.I. Joe Classified series from Hasbro. Now you can see here it has the Special Missions Cobra Island logo here in the corner, which means that this is part of that kind of sub-collection, which is all Target exclusives. So if you're trying to check this one out, you're going to have to either find it at Target.com or you're going to have to find it in store. I pre-ordered this back on Target.com a couple months ago. I want to guess June-ish. Just got the shipping notification, just got here yesterday, so very excited to check this one out. I think the Ram Cycle looks absolutely fantastic. I have had reports, I've seen some people say online that they are finding them in stores, so if you're trying to track this one down, definitely check Target.com, check the stores by you, but they should be showing up in stores sometime soon as well. I know the Cobra Island stuff has had kind of a terrible track record as far as scalpers go, but I think Hasbro is trying to combat that and increasing the production of these things, so we'll see how it goes. But packaging here, very, very cool. You can see the figure, you can see the Ram Cycle, everything looks fantastic. You get some cool artwork here on the side, which kind of wraps around to the other side of the packaging. Not too much going on the bottom. There's the Target sticker. Not too much going on the top. You can see this is number 29, so this is getting a number for the ongoing series, just like any other standalone figures. Not really much going on this side. And if we spin around to the back, you just kind of get that standard Cobra Island picture that's on the back of most of these releases from Target. So not really anything super exciting there. But yeah, really cool packaging. Everything inside looks really great. I'm going to go ahead and get everything out of the box, and we're going to take a closer look. Alright, so here is Breaker with the Ram Cycle out of the packaging. We'll take a look at Breaker first. I love the helmet. I think that looks absolutely fantastic. They did an awesome job with the visor there, how it kind of goes from the purple to the green. And of course you can take this off, so this just sits on top of his head. You can go ahead and take that right off, and you can see the face sculpt underneath looks pretty good. And you got your typical articulation. You have a hinge and a ball joint, so you can certainly spin side to side, look up, look down. Can't really tilt that much side to side. You do have the hinge in the shoulder. You do have a butterfly joint. It goes a little bit better back than forward just because this kind of vest piece gets in the way. You have a bicep swivel. You have double jointed elbows. You have a rotation and a swivel in the wrist. And I believe this is a up and down vertical wrist. Yeah. So it bends this way. But then of course you have the rotation as well. This one over here, I believe, is a horizontal wrist. Yeah. And then it has the rotation. So one thing to be, well, first of all, you have kind of a ball joint here at the waist to kind of move that around. Be very careful with the hips, because I stressed mine already. So if I open this up, and I don't know if you can actually get in there and see that, but you can see the white around that. So I went to move this up, you know, to get the articulation out, and for whatever reason, I guess it was kind of tight on the ball joint, and on this one it just turned that peg instead of turning the ball joint, and as a result now it's a little loose. But I don't know if that's actually that piece that's loose, or if it's, I think there's the way it connects, and I'm, you know, trying to get in here to see this, but I think the way that these connect, it's actually, I don't think that peg is about to break. I think it's a little stressed, as you can see, if I can actually get the light to go in there. But I think this whole piece is what's moving. So just be careful with it. When you're moving this around, make sure that the ball joint is actually what's moving and not the peg. But you do have that movement there, so you can kick out to the side like you saw. You can kick forward. Can't really kick back because of the butt flap. But you do have a thigh swivel. You have double jointed knees, as you can see there. And then you have a boot swivel. You have a hinge in the ankle, as well as a rocker side to side. So excellent figure. I really, really like the helmet. I'm going to go ahead and put the helmet back on just because I think they did such a good job with that, and it really, really works. So unfortunately, got a little bit of loose legs here, but we'll see how they hold up over time. Hopefully they do not snap on me, because that would be quite a bummer. But I got to be honest, if I had to buy a second Ram Cycle, I don't really think I would mind, because this is definitely an excellent vehicle, and I would not mind having more than one to kind of, you know, give my squadron of Joes some transportation. Really, really looks good. They did a really nice job with this. Tires spin very nicely. It rolls very well. Of course, you can take the sidecar off if you would like. It's a little... There we go. I was going to say not difficult to unpeg, but it fits in there snugly. But I mean, you want it to. You don't want it to be super loose. Now, the bike doesn't really stand up on its own without the sidecar attached, because it doesn't really have a... Oh, no, it does have a kickstand underneath. Huzzah, look at that. I was wrong. That's fantastic. I didn't even notice that underneath. I'm very glad they thought of that, because it's just a minor little thing, but it really makes a difference. Because the way the sidecar works, you can actually open this up. So if you unpeg this, you can see that this just kind of sits in here, and you can lift this right out, and then it's just a giant Gatling gun. So if you want the action figure to actually hold this, you have the grip here with the handle up here, and this actually rotates, which is really cool. So that's pretty nice. And it's very simple. You can kind of see the outline here, and then, you know, the cutouts and everything lines up. You just pop this right on there. Everything else lines up. You take this one, and then you close it right over top. Just pegs in very gently, very nicely there. And then you're good to go. And then you just bring this back over. You can see that there are 2 peg holes right here and here. And this just simply pegs in there. And then we'll pop up the kickstand. And now we have the 3 wheels. And there you go. But I mean, I think this is all paint. It all looks very nice. I thought it was going to be just stickers at first, but that's all really nicely painted. The wheels actually turn with the handlebars, or at least the front wheel does. So that's really nice. You kind of have a little bit of movement here in the handlebars. There's kind of like a limited ball joint there. And then you have some nice paint for the 2 dials there. But yeah, all in all, they did a really great job with this. I'm going to see if I can get him to sit on here without busting his legs off. So wish me luck here. Just have to pay attention to what I'm doing. Not break this, please. I'm assuming I'm going to want him in some kind of pose like this. How much room does he need? And then we can attach the hands to the handlebars. Alright, well, I'm not great at posing figures, but you guys get the idea. He fits on here pretty well. Yeah, I like this a lot. The motorcycle looks absolutely fantastic. And you can see it fits the figure well, like the proportions are right. And just overall, he looks really good on here, so I'm pretty psyched about this. I really like this release, honestly. If you can find this one and it's not too much of a headache, I don't know what scalpers are going to do with this. Hopefully it's not an issue, but I definitely recommend picking this one up. The bike looks fantastic. Breaker looks great too. I mean, the figure looks good. I love the helmet. I had the little issue with the hip joint on mine, so as long as you're careful and you don't have that issue, it's a great figure. And like I said, worst case scenario, if something happens and his leg pops off, I might just have to buy a second one of these and give Duke a Ram cycle or something like that, which wouldn't be the end of the world. So it's a great vehicle. You know, I don't know if, you know, they'll sell this on its own later. I would assume no. They usually try to pack vehicles in with figures, but if you wanted to just have a couple extra breakers because you wanted a couple extra Ram cycles, I guess that's something you could do. Again, I have no idea what the availabilities of these is going to be like, but hopefully they're not too hard to find so that everyone who wants one can get at least one. Because it's great. I think they really did a nice job with this one. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.